Let's take a minute to jump into these patch notes and see what is heading our way in Epic 7 next week after maintenance tonight. That's right, it is maintenance tonight, guys, so make sure you get your stuff done. We have got 4 pieces of news this time around, better than last time where we only got 2. So prepare yourselves, Trial of Constellations special event. So we're running a special event for the Trial of Constellations. What's this about? Prepare yourself, how to participate. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier when I said new pet system, right? It's not really a new pet system, but they're coming out with pets that are specifically oriented towards Trial of Constellation. You'll notice you got increased damage dealt by allies, additional charms, additional piece of equipment, etc. I mean, really, these are the 3 best things to get. What's the special event though? Okay, you can you'll get them. You'll get your SAA pet just by doing the time for preparation thing. So right out of the gate, they're giving you the 3 best skills, and then if you want to try to farm to get a triple S one, you do you. Probably most of us will do this eventually, because I do think these are the 3 best. Except no, Nightmare and Below, what is this garbage? God, they really are saying we don't want you to do Perdition until you've done our crappy roguelike, aren't they? So eventually you'll want to change this out for the one that lets you do Perdition. But you might want to keep this. This might be a Rift situation where you're going to keep the Nightmare and Below one, because they've made it pretty freaking clear that you are not supposed to do Perdition level until you've done their crappy blessing system. And I'm not going to stop calling it a crappy blessing system, because I don't lie. And that's what it is. So you're probably going to hang on to this guy to do the crappy blessing system until you are high enough level in the crappy blessing system to be able to do Perdition level, because they're resetting your constellations every season. So just like Rift is 5-6 months long, constellations will be several months long, and then they will reset the crappy blessing system. So you have to start over with nerfed rewards doing the crappy blessing system, and you'll probably have to reach for this guy again while you do the crappy blessing system to get to the point where you can farm constellations at a decent level. Meaning all those people are like, well, I'm glad because of how much time Labyrinth took, this is going to be faster. It's like, yeah, have fun ungearing your entire account to do the crappy blessing system, and then re-gearing your entire account after you do that every single month until you get to the point where you can do it normally. Man, what a shit stain this blessing system is. It really pisses me off. Constellations had a chance to be good. And then they did this bullshit, and really just drawing an arrow to the fact that we're making sure you can't do Perdition right out of the gate. You've got to jump through the hoops, play the game the way we want you to play the game. Anybody defending this is off their rocker. But hey, that's the way they want us to play it. Let's see how it works out for Smilegate. I'm sure the community is going to be totally okay with all of this. What's the next thing on our news list, guys? Next thing on our news list. But wait, first, I've got some breaking news for you. That's right. The Huawei App Gallery is still live. I know some of you guys saw the prices change and some of the discounts went away, but don't you guys worry. The fine people over at AppGallery EU have upgraded their coupons and extended this campaign for several months. Now, you can still refer to the video linked in the description of this video for how to install the Huawei App Gallery on your device to get these special coupons and special pricing. Everything in that old video that talks about the extra special exchange rate discounts, that no longer works in Turkey. You can no longer game the system that way, but there are still significant coupons that will let you save anywhere from 15 to 20% or more off your purchases through the coupon system. And if you join my Discord, I got little secret tips and tricks on how to get even more discounts. So make sure you use the link in the description of this video to join my Discord, jump in the Huawei room. So guys, don't wait. You want to get in on this because let's be real, it's anniversary month. And we all know that with the anniversary comes limited units, comes maybe collaborations, maybe special rerun events, maybe tons of limiteds. And you know what? Smilegate's not going to leave you out there suffering, unable to get all this stuff. Oh, hell no. Hell no. In the true fashion of Hoochie, they're going to make sure you have got all the packs you need so that you can do Smilegate's favorite side story, the credit card side story, and swipe your way to success. And if you want to engage with this side story, I don't blame you. Those waifus can be worth it. Make sure you're doing it in a way that gets you the discounts, that gets you the coupons. So do it now. Use the link in the description of this video to download the Huawei app. And if you aren't sure, if you fumble on the steps, you can reference the other video, also link, that shows you how to set everything up and get everything running. Get started, try Huawei out, and that's it. That's all I got. That's enough. I'm saving you money. Make sure you give it a try. Now, thanks for the interruption. The sponsors are happy. Let's get back to the news. So let's talk about shoe and snow crystal drop rate up. Guys, I have a chance to get more shoes. More? Oh my God. I think more than anybody in the game of Epic 7, I'm going to be pulling on this banner. Because I'm kind of sad that I only have 17 shoes on my account. And that's an odd number. Who wants an odd number of shoes? All right. For real, those of you who don't have shoe, if she's adorable and you want her on your account, go ahead and pull for her, but she's got no use in the game whatsoever. Her only use in the game was in Nightmare Labyrinth. Right now, her only use is maybe you could put really good gear on her and stick her in the constellation tree, and she could be your ice constellation unit, because she's got no other use in the game. There's some people that'll cope and say, no, for early RTA, she's really good. Yeah, you know what? If you got no other options, she can work. But yeah, not worth pulling this unit. The artifact's kind of nice. It has some niche uses here and there, but not that big of a deal. You hard skip this one, guys. There's too many good things coming our way for you to waste your bookmarks on the rat. All right, maintenance tonight, guys. So at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, the game will go down for several hours. You'll not be able to play the game. We will do a post-maintenance podcast like we usually do. Tonight we have special guests Valky and Car 6. That's right. We have the E7 World Cup commentators who will be on to talk about how the qualifiers went and their thoughts on what we're going to see in the actual E7 World Cup tonight. Also to talk about RTA ending. I hope that you guys will join us. I think it's going to be a hype and fun stream. Really good guests, and of course in my second chair will be I'm Sue to help bring it home. Let's talk about the meat and potatoes of this update though, right? The 731 update. So this is it, guys. This is the big news we've been waiting for. Let's see what's happening in Epic 7. You know what, let's just pause the music and let's jump into the video. And once again, I will say it. I hope Smilegate's watching, and I hope they listen to this part because this is important. Smilegate, whatever you're paying the guy who makes these thumbnails for you, it's not enough. Give that guy a raise. This is goated. I love the thumbnails. Every 2 weeks, I look forward to these because of how cool they are. The people, the back table all sad. Holy crap. This is so good. This is so good. Okay, so let's jump into the update. All right, World Arena is closing. Harsetti's skin is on its way. Guild Wars season is beginning, so rip your mystics once again, but the new season starts for real. Trial of Constellation Season 1 is starting. 5 new battle pet skills because everybody loves the pets. You're going to get a free pet if you jump through the time for preparation hoops. You make sure you do that. More Moonlight Theater, Chronicle of the Last Witch. I'm stoked about that. That's the Sirmia one. Side story rerun. Rhythm Surfer probably will be back. Frida and Ida. The balance adjustment will be going to effect. Remember, this is delayed until the 6th. New exclusive equipments for Sirmia. Hell yeah! And Mediator Quirk. They both need it. UI improvements because good. More rats! Rats for everyone. Summer themed group summon. Holy shit, did I call it or what? I told you guys. I said, everyone was like, is it going to be a group summon? Nah, it's going to be a summer rerun. I was like, guys, my guts tell me we're getting both. It's going to be a summer themed group summon. And I had no basis for that. They've never done that before. I just felt it in my gut. And god Damn it, I hit that nail right on the head. Summer themed group summon. We'll talk about this more later. This is brutal for people that don't have these units, but Smilegate's got to make them Benjamins, and this is going to help them do it. Okay, so like I told you guys, there's no way they're going to say this is what Ross's kit looks like while Tenebria's banner's up. There is indeed a spacer banner, and you will note it is a standard 3-week-long spacer banner to get us out of Tenebria and into what's coming next, probably ML Ross. Look at the date. Look at the date, guys. 8/28. This is why they did the 2-week-long banner, was to line this up perfectly so that the new super hype ML5, probably the MC of the game, ML5 drops literally on Foundation Day, August 30th, August 30th or 31st. Anyway, end of August, last day of August is Foundation Day, is the launch day for Epic 7, is our anniversary. So they've lined it up perfectly. Now this banner, God, this banner looks stacked. Lionheart Surmia, freshly buffed with a brand new EE. Spirit Iceline, one of the top S tier units in the game. Briarwitch, Asarian, Lone Crest, and Bologna, though they aren't the double S tier monstrosities they used to be, they are still A tier. And this has got to be the most beautiful banner I think I've ever seen. And they're driving up the hype with the new witch story. This is bait. This is such a trap that I think Admiral Akbar just shit his pants. Please be careful with your mystics. I know. You've been waiting for her. You've been wanting her skin in your lobby. Her EE looks insane. Spirit Iceline has been ruining your life in RTA, and you gotta have her too so you can give some payback. I get it, but maybe just wait. This is up until August 28th. Wait until the last week and see what Rass's kit looks like. And if Rass's kit is not the way you play, maybe it's RTA only and you don't care about that. Maybe it's all smoke and mirrors and not that good. Or maybe it's something that you can't live without, but at least you can see it, and then you can decide, do I get the main character, or do I say, I'm just going to pass on that and go ahead and pick up one of the ladies, or multiples of the ladies. Maybe you get lucky. You got to make that decision. And always remember the trick. If you're sitting at pity, you can always turn it onto the 4-star only and go ahead and throw some summons at the ladies. Maybe you luck sack one and you protect your pity by hiding it behind the 4-star. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, that link in the description of this video that will explain it. So, wow, they really drove the bait hard with this one. And that's it. Okay, guys, let's chew into this a little bit deeper and see what all we have coming. So new Guild Wars season begins. So preseason will end. All the people's ranks will reset. Your mystic income will plummet, and then you get to grind back up again. And we're into season 2. There has still not been any mention about the special tournament that was supposed to happen with the top 32 who won season 1. If you're in one of those top 32 guilds, I know you want to know. I know you're interested. What are they doing with this? Are they actually doing that? Or did they change their mind and table the idea? I guess we'll see. The preseason will come to an end and the new season will begin. The top 32 guilds from season 2 will advance to a guild tournament held after the season ends. Advance to be the best. Are they mentioning the tournament anywhere though? Season 1, reward distribution. How is the white guild symbol going to look over the white star background, guys? What do you think? Think the white guild symbol is going to look good over this white background? It's kind of an odd choice. Hall of Fame season 1 will be opening top. You can read it. Guild War adjustments after the end of Guild War season 2. Top 32 guilds will advance the tournament. So it looks to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that they're not doing a tournament for the winners of season 1. The top 32 who all busted their ass to get into season 1, they just get to be in Hall of Fame, whereas season 2, the top 32 advance the guild tournament. Is that what I'm reading here? Am I reading that all the people who busted their butts to be in season 1 so they could be in the tournament that was promised for all the people that busted their ass to be in season 1? You guys just get hosed. Thanks for playing. It was actually a beta. Sorry we didn't tell you. Sorry you spent months of blood, sweat, and tears and herding the cats in your guild and moving people around and intel and reports to make it happen, try to understand. Those of you who participate in season 2, you get to be in a tournament. For real, for realsies. This time we mean it. Pinky promise. Wow. Vic Chun is going to be so mad. Okay, World Arena Summer 2025 season is ending too. So this Friday, Saturday, if you are on UTC at 2:59, that's roughly 11 p.m. Friday night Eastern time, 8 p.m. Friday night, Sunday, or PST, World Arena closes. And then a couple hours later, preseason reopens it. And that's when, not a couple, hour and a half, give or take, later. That's when the reward distribution goes out and you get all of your stuff. Now, the reward distribution, this chart always confuses some people, so let's go over it here. Depending on what league you're in, as long as you are masters and above, you get the skin. If you're gold and below, you get conquest points. It is not progressive. If you end gold, you get 2,000. You do not get the 1,500 or the 1,000. You do not get 4,500. Right? If you end silver, you just get the 1,500. You don't get this 1,000. If you are end masters, you just get the skin. You do not get any conquest points. Savvy, I wish they made it progressive. It would feel a little bit better. It would feel like there's some rewards for pushing, but that's the way it is. You will also get the brilliant you'll get the frame. This is the frame that you get based on your rank. You will also get the background pack summer battleground background pack. This is the background, the RTA background. You will get it as a background pack. Everybody who played RTA even once gets that. And you will also get the frame. This is the frame that outlines your profile card. And that's it. That's what all this means. And the frames are based on rank as well, which, you know, how pretty the frame is. Harsetti, Warlord of Anarchy. So let's check out the new skin that we get. And remember, it's just the skin. You don't get the unit. If you don't have the unit, you got to wait till you pull the unit to enjoy the skin.
Oh, you seem quite useful. Guess you're more than just rabble. Let's see. Now this is getting fun. I'll commend you for trying. But it's far from enough. If you survive this, you should come fight for me.
Playing chess in the lobby. Okay, guys, I have heard mixed reviews on the skin. Some people say it's lazy that they're just using the story asset skin. Some people say it looks great. I like it. It's way more colorful than the original skin, but I also understand that, you know, putting clothes on her is not the direction some people wanted it to go. I'm just glad it's not Harsetti in a white dress, let's be honest. So if you like the skin, great. If you don't like the skin, don't use it. If you got multiple Harsettis, use both. I am not going to complain about the quality of the skin with the artwork that's come out recently. You know what? If they needed to phone this one in to give us the summer units they gave us and some of the art that's heading our way, I'm about it. But let me know in the comment section. Do you think it's good or are you not so pleased about it? Okay, Trial of the Constellation Season 1 update. Hopefully this answers some questions about, do the beta seasons, anything carry over? What are they changing from the beta season? Do they listen to any complaints? Are they making things better? So, the regular season of Trial Constellations, where players can go beyond the previous nightmare difficulty and challenge themselves in the ultimate trial of perdition, will begin. Please note that the ongoing beta season is scheduled to end with the start regular season after the maintenance. Get it done today. It is not going away on the 31st. It is going away after maintenance, which I guess is on the 31st. Get it done. Don't sleep on it. It's good rewards. Even if you can only do nightmare, go get the rewards. Even if you can only do hard, auto hard, get the rewards. Get something out of it. So you got to be ranked 50 or above to do it. Yeah, it's free gear. Exactly, monsters. Free gear. 2 new constellation blessings of the stars will be unlocked. So guys, we're going to have the light and dark added. New reputations will be added. New equipment rewards will be added and obtained upon clearing nightmare and perdition difficulty. Notifications for complete will be involved. So, something I noticed here is they did not say anything about the new increased difficulty. So hopefully Smilegate was just really, really bad at Englishing. And what I mean by that is, so when they were further explaining why they were getting rid of Nightmare Raid and what they're doing with Trial of Constellations, they came out with this statement: to provide a more challenging content for areas who have steadily progressed, we'll be introducing a new perdition difficulty in line with the increased perdition difficulty. In line with the increased difficulty, they're adding this equipment. And we saw this and thought, oh, a new perdition difficulty and this increased difficulty, they're making perdition even harder. That's the general thought. Now, it could just mean the new perdition difficulty is simply them adding light and dark to it. And that's what they're considering the increased difficulties. Now there's increased stages. If so, man, I've seen Smilegate do some bad English before, but all we saw was the increased difficulty. So this may just be badly worded and they're not actually making perdition harder. So I know that's what I thought. I know that's what a whole bunch of people who DM'd me saying, oh my God, they're making constellations harder. I get it. But that might not be the case here, guys. It may not be getting harder. It may just be getting more involved, which is technically harder because you're going to need even more units in your blessing to be wasted to be able to do this, which means even more ungearing. Ugh, what a mess. God, I hate this system. Stupid, stupid system. Anyway, so be aware of that. We'll have to see. I guess we find out on the 1st. Hopefully they aren't making perdition harder. The reward notification for clearing this trial will be improved. That's good. Blessing of the Stars progression reward will be added. Okay. 5 new battle pets will be added to the Trial of Constellations. So this is the new pet system we were talking about. They're adding new pet skills, probably on the adventure hunt pet kind of range. So you're probably going to be building a whole ass new pet to handle perdition level. The skills are going to be, you get a greater charm when you defeat a boss. So that's good. It's 5 charms a month. Woohoo! You'll receive an additional piece of equipment upon defeating the boss. Depending on the quality of the equipment, that could be freaking amazing. Receive additional Starfall coins upon defeating the boss. Probably the most important one, because this will let you burn through your blessings even faster so you can get out of crappy Nightmare and start doing perdition. Increase the damage dealt by allies in normal, Nightmare and below. So probably be the first one you get, since it seems like they're going to be forcing you to do their crappy blessing system at Nightmare and below to build up their crappy blessing system to the point where you can get to perdition. And then you'll need a second pet that lets you do more damage on perdition level when you get up there. So yeah, get ready to build 2 pets. One for the early season and one for the late season. A message shown when attempting to transmit heroes assigned to constellation blessing stars will not be displayed, so you don't accidentally transmit out of the blessings. And an issue where clear history is not resetting the each time affix and UI elements. Great. The Trial of Constellation is season-based PvE. It consists of 5 total constellations and 4 difficulty levels. Each constellation requires a team of heroes with specific elements. Depending on difficulty level, you must place a minimum number of heroes in each given element. Hopefully they've adjusted this, because right now, not only is the blessing system trash, but how it measures the quality of a hero is also trash. It's not, is it well built? Is it maxed out? It's, does it have the best possible gear on it in whatever random combination you need to get the best possible gear? Hate it. The Trial of Constellation does not grant XP, hero state. Yeah, I mean, who cares? You really do it? You really gonna friendship farm in Constellation? Anyway, each constellation requires a team of heroes with specific elements. Their condition is not met, the battle will not begin. You can't just stick Fene in there. You got to stick Fene and 3 other units, is what we're basically saying. Players must place a minimum number of heroes in the given elements. Yeah. It's what you just said in the first sentence. You can bring along guardian and pets, but supporters cannot participate. You can't ask a friend for help. There you go. This is the team that nobody is using to fight this boss. Clearing the trial constellation grants rewards such as level 88 gear, starfall coins. Once you get to nightmare and above, once you get to nightmare, it is just as good as nightmare labyrinth. Once you get above nightmare into perdition, then it's better. So all of the stuff you could get from nightmare raid, you can get from here. It's technically faster than doing nightmare raids. Some people say I disagree because you can fully auto nightmare raid. You can't fully auto this yet. My biggest issue with this is you have to do absolutely gutter trash, stupid combinations of gear to get your constellation system to react properly, which means you're going to have to ungear your best heroes to gear poorly other heroes to get your constellations done so you can do this every month, and then you got to go and put that gear back. And since Epic 7 has decided to not do savable gear loadouts, that's going to take time. Everyone's like, I think this is faster. It's like, yeah, the fight might be faster. And then you're going to spend 2 hours putting your gear back where it belongs. Hopefully you took a bunch of screenshots. I really hate this. Have I mentioned that I hate this garbage blessing system and that it needs to be thrown into a freaking fire? Because I do. I hate it. Challenging higher difficulties on the same constellation will not grant trial clear rewards, so you can't just keep spam killing the same boss. It's one hit per kill. You can hit it again for practice and fun, I guess, but you aren't going to get trial clear rewards. Any slot points not earned from lower difficulties can still be obtained retroactively when clearing higher difficulties. So if you got, say, 3 points from doing nightmare and then you pulled Fenny and suddenly you can do perdition, you can go in and do perdition and get that last 4th point. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about, crap, I did the wrong level, now I'm wrecked. Now all you did is waste some time, go in and do the higher level, and you'll get what you missed out on. So that's kind of nice. Blessing of the Stars allows you to enhance heroes for each constellation difficulty, and this system, whoever came up with this system and how it measures the quality heroes, I hope they stub their toe, right? I wouldn't wish, anything evil on them. Maybe they could step on a Lego, like a whole room full of Legos, but that's about it. Use slot points to unlock blessings. Slot points earned during the beta season will be reset. Okay, every season they're resetting your constellation. So anything that you built here is gone and you'll be starting fresh. To celebrate the beginning of the regular season, players will receive 20 slot points. Okay, so they're going to make season 1 easier so that we maybe don't complain nearly as much. You'll be able to, right out of the gate, use 20 points to slot in some constellations to make it easier. And then hopefully by next season, you'll have the swing of it and you won't notice how awful it is next season. Heroes can be assigned if their heroes can be assigned to slots if their constellation element class match their respective elements. Upon assigning heroes, players can obtain a total point of constellations based on the hero's score. Based on the hero's score. You mean based on CP? No, we don't mean based on CP. Based on what they mean is based on the hero's equipment score. Not CP. Based on the gear score of the gear that is on the heroes. Assigned heroes cannot participate in the trial constellations. So whoever you stick here, you cannot use in the main fights. Growth from Grace of Growth does not contribute to hero score, only if the hero's original growth values. Yeah. So don't use a Grace of Growth one. Once again, I am so excited that we can use this constellation system now that we're out of the beta to increase our constel _buff _type 1 _W1 _DE. Very important thing to be working on. Kill me. Hero score is determined by the hero's growth status, equipped equipment, and equipped artifacts, but not the quality of the equipment or the set bonuses, just by the quality of the equipment, the stat of the equipment. It is better to run a completely broken set with maximum gear score. To get to 2600, I took my very well geared Harsetti with super high gear score, and I didn't make it. I took off her injury set and just put on random pieces of gear that were the highest gear score gear I had, and magically my not wearing any set, 43% crit chance over capped, completely useless set gave me the points I needed because it only looks at the gear score of the equipment and artifact. And yes, also looks at hero growth stats. You better use a max molded, max awaken unit too if you want to get all those bonuses. It's very punitive. Take your best gear off of your units and randomly slap it onto your other best built units, effectively meaning you can never use these units in any other aspect of the game while you're doing this. Burst this done and then spend hours putting shit back where it belongs, and I mean hours if you're going by screenshots, and still probably close to hours if you're using third-party software like Fribbles to keep track of your stuff, to be able to figure out where the things went back so you can re-gear your whole ass account. Hopefully you're doing this during free on equip, because without savable gear loadouts, without being able to lock the gear to the heroes for perdition and just have it stay there, or for constellation have it stay there, and then you can put the gear back where it belongs. What a dumb system, Smilegate. What a dumb way to do this. Punitive, dumb, and frustrating way to do this. Players will be able to exchange Starfall coins. Okay, so actually, now that we've gotten past the terrible garbage part of this system, so now we can get to the actual good part of the system, and this is the part that's genuinely better than what we had before. You can use these Starfall coins to buy the gear, and they're going to rotate the sets of the gear that are in here to give you some variety and diversity. I can't wait for the rotation where we get Revenge set and Hit set, but we're getting Speed set and Destro set, so right out of the gate we're getting some of the best sets in the game. Not some of, we're getting the two best sets in the game, bar none, best sets in the game. So that's nice, and you can buy these with the Starfall coins, and that's it. That's the good part. It is significantly better. You can buy these available one time per month, and then the shop resets every 3 months. Okay, so after a month, you could buy it again. After a month, you could buy it again. But after 3 months, they will put in different gear sets. Maybe after 3 months, these change from Speed and Destro to Pen Set and Immunity to Counter and Torrent. They'll keep rotating around. That's kind of nice. Maybe with the anniversary, with the second half of the Dash announcement, they will finally announce savable gear loadouts and make this not feel awful. With savable gear loadouts, it's not that big of a deal. You can put your highest gear score units to get your constellation done, lock it in, save that gear, put them back on their normal stuff, and then you can just do Epic 7 normally. And when free on equip hits, you whip out your savable gear loadouts, you move the stupid sets over to satisfy the constellation tree, and you do your trials, and then you move the gear back using the savable gear loadout. If they do that, 90% of my complaints about this garbage can system will go away. I still don't like that it's an unnecessary hoop to jump through, but 90% of my complaints will go away. But without savable gear loadouts, this is anathema. All right, guys, hero and artifact balance adjustment. We're not going to go over this again. They did not make any changes to it. I've got a separate video out there that goes over the balance patches, my thoughts on it. All right, new exclusive equipment. Surprise! Lionheart Sirmia is getting an EE, guys, and Mediator Queric. Let's go. Okay, first, for Mediator Queric, he is getting speed. And that's nice. That's going to let you run a zoomy fast Mediator Queric. And his EE allows you to, it's decreasing the damage of his S2 skill. Weird. But it penetrates the target's defense, and it cannot trigger a critical hit or a heavy blow. So we're decreasing his damage, but we're adding penetration. So that means pound for pound, his S2 is going to hit significantly harder. 20% penetration on a non-crit is going to be more damage than no penetration on a crit. Even because it's full pen, even with the decreased damage, even with the cannot crit or heavy blow, the penetration, the full penetration, will increase the damage of the skill as long as anti-pen is not on the field. This makes him objectively worse when Ilanov is around, but it's going to hit harder. Heavy blow. Okay, I always get this. What the F is heavy blow? When you don't crit, and only when you don't crit, watch for it. When you're using units that don't crit, you'll see it especially in Adventure. Every once in a while, you'll see the damage numbers pop up and they'll be white. And every once in a while, you'll see very large, bold face numbers that are almost kind of a slightly gray color, white color. That's called a heavy blow. and I think it has like a 20% chance of happening, and it increases the damage done by about 20%. I mean, the nicest thing about this is it's going to let you be able to S2 Spirit Isolines and Martial Artist Kens and not pay that price, right? Those of you who are out there building damage Meteor Querics, this feels really weird, right? Why do you want 350 crit damage on Meteor Queric when one of his skills, one of his 2 offensive skills, no longer crits? So I don't know. I'm not sure I'm seeing the magic of this. Why you would have one skill that crits and one skill that doesn't for a damage dealer Queric. This just feels weird, but maybe somebody will figure out a cool tech with it. Maybe it'll do something to help Meteor Queric not be a has-been ever since Laia came out. Lionheart Sirmia, my girl is getting 12% crit chance. Hey, everybody, have fun regearing your Lionheart Sirmia. God, I hate it. I hate it. It's so good. It's so good, and I hate it so much. I hate it when they come out with 12% crit chance, because all that means is like, great, now I got to go regear my account because one of my DPS units completely changed. Grants 50% damage reduction when suffering an extra attack, counter attack, or dual attack. People are like, oh, well, I'll just one-shot her with Afternoon Soak Flan and get on with my life. 50% damage reduction. Afternoon Soak Flan is not going to do shit to Lionheart Sirmia. And if you use Afternoon Soak Flan to one-shot anyone else, Sirmia is going to cleave your whole team. So, yeah. Good change, and, you know, makes her very resistant to just being cleaved by a nuclear flan. Okay, Hall of Trials boss rotation. God damn, I haven't done this yet. We need to do Hall of Trials. Abyssal Euphene will be coming out on the 4th. Let's go. Expedition sweep update. Finally, sweeps will be added. So you can, with Expedition sweeps, you can deal a set amount of damage without going through the battle. A set amount of damage. Deal a set amount of damage. What do you mean deal a set amount of damage? The fixed damage dealt through Expedition sweeps based on your highest damage for the season. The highest damage for the season will be calculated based on the results after maintenance. You will receive 5 sweeps. Unused sweeps cannot carry over. Okay, so as long as you full clear, you should be able to use sweeps to full clear. So suddenly full clear teams are really important. So you can do a full clear and then you can just do your sweeps. Yeah, if you can't full clear, you can still go in and select other people's stuff that is mostly dead and sweep it to death, right? Right? Coin shop rotation. Everybody always asks, when are we going to find out? When are we going to find out? You always find out the day of, man. You always find out the day of. But hey, you at least have about 12 hours to figure it out. Who is coming up? Nakwa, Alencia, and Tehu asked. Nobody uses these to buy units anyway. The Galaxy Coin Shop is Silverblade Aramentha, Archdemon Shadow, and Conqueror Lilius. So now you got some decisions to make, don't you? How good is the Conqueror Lilius buffs going to be? How important is Archdemon Shadow to you? Do you like what you're seeing out of Silverblade Aramentha? These are all really, really good. Yeah, no Ilanov, no Luna. Told you they don't always follow the last last out first in policy. They've skipped units like this before, but this is a very good and solid rotation. These are 3 usable units. Well, these are 2 usable units and 1 who is getting a buff and might become usable. So if you're trying to decide, do you pick up Zeo? Do you pick up Specimen Says? Do you pick up whoever the 3rd unit is that I can't even remember who it is? I think it's Dragon Bride. Dragon Bride is very good. Dragon Bride is on par with Archdemon Shadow and Silverblade. Maybe a little behind Silverblade. Says, we don't know. He's getting a buff, so maybe, but it's hard to say. You're rolling the dice. Zeo, I think, is a must-have unit, and if you don't have Zeo, you get a Zeo above all 6 of these units. Okay, other improvements and adjustments. Rift Challenge Pack available for purchase. Okay, so we knew this was coming. Those of you who did not get Robin, now is your chance at the worst time possible. The Rift Challenge Pack, you draw this traditionally costs $10. For $10, you can you'll get 30 covenants, a bunch of useless catalyst chests, and you will get the ability to create a Robin banner. This does not give you Robin. I repeat, you do not buy Robin for $10. You buy her banner. Once you buy this, her banner activates and you have 2 weeks to summon for Robin. And if you go to pity to get her, you go to pity. If you luck tap her in one pull, grats on you, but do not spend $10 on this if you do not have 605 bookmarks, because you're just creating a banner, and the worst thing I could think of would be to spend $10 on some catalyst chests and a fistful of bookmarks and not be able to get Robin because you did it at a time when you don't have 600 bookmarks to guarantee pity. And you only do this if you're desperate for Robin. She is the way to farm Rift. I'll be straight with you. With everything that's happening during Anniversary, with all the limiteds that are going on, I would hard skip this and just farm hunts before I would waste my resources chasing Robin just to be able to do Rift for a few more months. A hero skin, Pirate Captain Flan Sea Witch, will be added to the shop. That will happen after RTA season closes. You'll be able to buy whoever the skin was 2 seasons ago, drops into the shop. When entering a story, Moonlight Theater section will not apply. Okay, this UI changes, recommended content tags, 2 trial constellation background music tracks. Great. E7WC OST Starborn will be added to the music player. To my new comrades out there, colleagues and compatriots who are streaming Epic 7, be aware that this music is copyrighted, and if you play it while you're on stream, you will get demonetized. They won't hit you with a copyright strike, they will hit you with monetary sharing, which means you'll be giving 90% of your income away to the copyright holder. So just be careful when streaming anything that has the letters OST in front of it that's in the in-game music player. It is not free use. The maximum number of Expedition Wanted posters you can hold will increase from 5 to 10. Hell yeah! Especially with sweeps. That's really good. A new feature will be added. I love that. You know, sometimes there's little nuggets of awesome in these other sections. I love it. A new feature will be added to the simple selection exclude equipment with speed substat, where equipment's below. Say it. God damn it. Where equipment's below the indicated speed for each. Why not main stat? Why not exclude with speed substat and main stat? This is nice. It lets us say, I don't want to see 1 speeders. I don't want to see 1 speeders. That's great. So close. So close. So close to making this perfect. God damn it, Smilegate. Got me all excited and you let me down. Select all equipment with integer-based main stats excluding speed. I'm back! My roller coaster's over! My roller coaster's over! It was hidden right here the whole time! I take it all back, Smilegate. You guys are awesome. You make things better. This is it. You know, I was a little bit harsh on the penguin slider, and deservedly, the penguin slider is kind of ass. But you know what? I love you guys. You're the best. The number of twin library and bookmarks gained for week 4 will be changed to 11. I think this is to round out the odd number, right? Like people were winding up with an uneven number of bookmarks. You need 5 to summon, and people were winding up with like 3 or 4 at the end, something like that. I think this is just to clean things up a little bit. Additional rewards will be that's part of the Epic Dashboard. Okay, an issue where an error message appears for some errors when entering Brawl Challenge mode will be fixed. I've seen that. It's not a big deal, but at least they're fixing it. Issue quick battling menu disappears when using arena shortcut key. Okay, great. Bug fixes. Arrange select all feature will be added to the crafting succession screen. Good. Certain UI text will be fixed. Okay, some really good stuff. Now, before we go back to the summer summon and talk about that real quick, I just want to take a moment to point out something that was pointed out to me by Mr. Joe 5K. Because when we go and look at this video right here, I will stand atop the heavens. Now, what could that possibly mean? Could it be? Well, I'll let you guys figure that one out.